I've been writing poetry. I started writing poetry when I was in high school, a little bit. Then I became enamored with the guitar, so I tried writing songs. I didn't come back to poetry for a long time. And in 2010, I started writing. I befriended Patsy Ann Bickerstaff, who many of you know. And she was like my first mentor that gave me some confidence that I was on the right track. In 2012, I went to Christopher Newport for a little analysis by Carolyn Ferranda. And I was pretty nervous that she had a warm reception of my poetry. So I said, well, if Carolyn likes it and Patsy Ann Bickerstaff likes it, maybe I'm doing something right. So I've been writing pretty much ever since then. So I've got about 18 or 19 poems to read. They're really short. I'm a concisionist by choice. Not because I ran out of ink. But I'm going to start off with some ekphrastic poetry. This is one that Pat has heard. It's called Pink Angels, after a painting by Willem de Kooning. And the beings slipped from a dream, pink flesh and transparent wings wrapped in passionate clutches. And the beings reclined in rosy light and clung to each other for warmth. They could hear the pluck of the lyre. And they rubbed against the world and colored the window with light, pulled the ocean from a spiral shell. William de Kooning. That's a wonderful picture if you ever get a chance to see it. Here's another ekphrastic poem. This is based on a Russian painter who lived in Paris and is very interesting, named Marc Chagall. I call this Dream Sonata. If you've ever seen the one with the fiddler with the red face, it's based on that. With a red mask and a violin, you play a dream sonata for bluebirds and a chalk-white dove on a rooftop perch in a sapphire sky beneath the moon's begonias. Play all night, red-faced fiddler. Play your song till the morning's gold. That's Marc Chagall. Nice. I took a workshop with Suzanne Rhodes, who's not here today. And we did a lot of ekphrastic poetry. I wrote a bunch of things based on Pablo Picasso, who I happen to be fond of. And this is one that I read. I was also reading one night at the Chrysler, and I did a poem based on Icarus, Picasso's. And Bill was there, and he had a poem called Icarus as well. So, what are the odds of that? So this is called Wax Wings, based on a painting by Pablo Picasso. Moved by a dream to be a bird, step off a red cliff, slip between sky and sapphire sea, the wind filling both ears, spectators, recumbent, oblivious to loose bonds. Sun and gravity open a trap door, Icarus swallows a scream, white wings crash into blue. And that's it for Icarus. You know, I'm influenced by a lot of poets, you know, Emily Dickinson, William Carlos Williams. I had a book that was published in 1962, The Great American Poets. I read Edna St. Vincent Millay, wonderful sonnets, Wallace Stevens, Archibald MacLeish. But I'm also influenced by Hank Williams and Bob Dylan and John Lennon. So maybe this is a song that I hope you will like. It's called Midnight Song. I dreamed I was playing cards with Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash. We were chewing the finer points of train songs versus prison songs. I took a stab at heartbreak too. The moon slid down the window and rippled in a bucket of rain. Dylan slapped the Queen of Spades. Someone grinned, someone cursed, and we broke into maniacal laughter like roosters on a red caboose. A guitar leaned against a spider web. We had cigarettes, spurs, a broken clock, and a songbird on a shot glass waiting for a chance. Sometimes I have kind of a personage that runs through my poems. Maybe he's like a guitar player who likes waitresses or something. Truck stop coffee. This one's called Homeward, written in couplets, like Sophie Starnes does. Homeward. He packed his Martin guitar, jumped a midnight Greyhound. He said adios to the barmaid with the gravestones in her eyes. He used to drive a '53 Cadillac, Hank Williams in the speakers, champagne in a paper cup, the moon always rising. But his plans spun off track. Pills, pawn shops, deja vu. He's down to 91 bucks and a pint of Four Roses. When his boots hit Cherry Street, he'll sing his song one more time. Cherry Street's the bus stop in Macon, Georgia.
Gracias. Muchas gracias.
I was fortunate, like Bill, to get nominated for a Pushcart Award this year. It's a very simple poem, and I was very honored. It's called Train Song. They even got my art in there, too. So,
Awesome.
I didn't think they'd do it on the same page. So this is called Train Song. Say something, she said, but his mouth was glued shut from crow and bad promises. She took back her blue heart, dinged with half moons and fissures. He gave her a quavering song about a train that left a station. She knew the chorus from a past life. Throttle jammed, blue sparks jumped the mountain track, pines got plowed into kindling. He stirred his coffee for answers. Say something, she said. But his mouth was wired shut from fables already spoken.
Let's see the picture. Let's see the picture.
That's a train coming through a tunnel.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. Maybe a one-eyed ogre. This is continuing with the theme of the guitar player who loves waitresses. This is called Westbound. I'd take you with me, but don't have many $100 bills. Just a half-formed dream and some spare time. I'd take you with me, but my map is penciled with second chances, like Nashville, or Memphis, or Austin. Let's feed $1 to the jukebox. Sam the Sham and the Pharaoh sings, what a big heart I have, the better to love you with. I'd take you with me, but my mind is morning snow on a windowsill, and your words are bird tracks that go nowhere. I'll load my grip and Fender guitars in the back of a '52 Packard, drive to Dallas and plug my amp in a blue neon sign. I told you I was short.